I bet I was building a settlement last time when I signed out. It tends to be what happens. Yep. Yeah, because I built this weird little shack, and I put a clinic in it, and I put some turrets on it. Hello, Blitz, welcome. Uh, oh yeah, there's the pommel horse that's just out in the middle of the field to keep people entertained. They love it. They love having a pommel horse out there. Um, I don't know why. Oh yeah, I guess there is a bench here. Who's coming over here to check out the
A
skeletons
lot
and
of people only got the clothes on their back here.
the fog crawler. My thoughts of Gabe's stream. I had no idea what was happening or why. Um, so I observed and was entertained, and that's about as far as my thoughts went. I also did. I came in 5th place at the final quiz, but nobody knew that YOPJ was me, which I think is kind of funny. Um, because what was it? They were like, YOPJ, do you think that's OG? Was a real statement that was said during the stream during the stream, and I just let it slide. Um, wait, what's over here that I need to? That's a location I've never been to before. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That was kind of funny. But yeah, I showed up. I chatted. I had no real idea what was going on because I don't actually pay attention to anything on Discord. Oh my God. I pay attention to my own Discord, but other people's Discords, I have no idea what's happening unless I have a specific reason to check it out. I tend to like, I don't know. I get overwhelmed really easily by Discord. Uh,
We'll be taking.
by like having you know, notifications turned on Discords that are not my own. Because especially in communities that are like really active on Discord, I'll just get notifications like consistently throughout the day. Wait, what's he fighting? Oh boy, he's fighting a dog, a wolf. Uh,
Walk away.
I I brought this up last time. I still never really expect the head exploding when I shoot something. Have I? It says I cleared this area, so I must have been here before. Looks like everything restocked anyway, which is fine. I was gonna leave the spotlight on. I think that's what I did last time too, but it's like, why bother turning it off? Even if I'm spotted by the spotlight. So? That was weird. There, like, was music that then suddenly stopped. I actually don't... Zealots, you say? I don't remember what Esquire means. I always associate it with fancy people, but that's about as far as it goes. Hello, Miley, welcome. Hello, Lindsay, welcome. Are these people gonna attack me? I'm like friends with the children of Adam at this point.
We are all Adam's children. May the glow of Adam guide your path.
Good thing I'm not technically stealing from them when I take their stuff. Where am I right now? Ha! I'm gonna continue stealing their stuff. Good luck out here in the wilderness without all your ammunition. Nerds. It doesn't matter, that's not how this game works. But if it did work that way... I don't know how I ended up starting my stream at like 3 in the morning today, if I'm being honest. I did waste a little bit of time this evening. I wasted more than a little bit of time this evening. It was a day for feeling the vibes of doom scrolling and shirking personal responsibilities for me.
You're in for it now.
I don't know why I've been thinking a lot about the... One of my favorite, like, Futurama quotes was... And this is already bad because I don't remember the full quote. But it was the episode where Professor Farnsworth's friend had, had died, and because of that, like, a new apartment had become available, and it began with a phone call that was like... So he fell down into the pit with them. And how's he holding up? To shreds, you say. Ah, and how is his wife handling things? To shreds, you say. And I don't remember what the following statement was after that. Hey, wait a minute. That's a Vim Pop truck. But it was just the fact for some reason for me, simply repeating a phrase exactly as it was originally delivered does usually make me laugh. Okay, what's a door? What? This is a car. What does... How do I... Where is there a door here? Hey, a 15 stream streak? Nice. Oh, it's a pipe. Wow, everything's just the world of radiation. There's no need for me to even bother with the whole, like, rat away at the moment.
I have to say, I'm surprised. I had assumed you and your followers would be more adamantly hunting for the sub's launch key.
I hope we haven't disappointed you too greatly. I'd hate to anger our landlord.
I believe I'll survive. But am I mistaken? Does your god not require you die in a nuclear blast? Is that not why you've taken up in the nucleus?
It's not a transaction, Dima. Adam requires nothing of us. He has granted us a chance to become something greater. To divide our weak mortal frames and bring life to millions of new worlds. We are simply accepting the opportunity his glow presents, whatever form it may take.
So if you found the launch key, you wouldn't use it?
That I don't know.
Are you afraid?
I'd be mad to say I wasn't, but we've made a home for ourselves here. Friends, a family.
A place you belong.
Exactly. The nucleus. It is a blessing of the truest order. It would be hard to leave such a gift, even if it is for another. But regardless, the key is lost. So, until Adam sees fit to return it, I dare say you're stuck with us.
I believe I'll survive.
Interesting. Weird. Sister Gwyneth came to me last night. She said she spent another night thinking, as we discussed, but that she cannot unsee what she believes to be the truth, that Adam cannot be real. We talked for the better part of 2 hours, discussing back and forth, and I reminded her of the gifts of the island, of Adam's blessing, of the messengers seen by her brothers and sisters of the family that Adam has granted for her. That seemed to calm her finally, and she returned to bed. But now dawn comes and her questions still linger. Raised doubts that I have ignored for some time now, and I'm left with my own question. Is perhaps Gwyneth wiser than she knows? Taking it. What's this one say? Adam above, I've lost them. Tectus screams for blood and the children cheer. I beg for civility and they whisper traitor behind my back. And I'm left to wonder what I might have done to deserve you taking them away from me, but in the back of my mind, I know. Waning faith is an unintended fire. Fail to care for it is an waning faith is an untended fire. Fail to care for it, and it cannot be rekindled. Thus, here I sit, thinking on embers, trying to summon the courage to do what I know I have to, what I know I have put off for too long. So I shall step out that door, and when I do, my life begins anew. But for the first time, O Radiant One, its path is out of your hands. Interesting. So he just kind of left.
There we go.
There we go. Also, hey, a 30 stream streak. Nice, Miley. Why was that a big moment for me? There we go.
Thank you for coming so quickly.
I heard about the execution. I can't believe they killed your missionary, Martin. I'm sorry.
I wonder what happens if I leave a room while a tape's playing. I just don't want to be irradiated anymore.
Brother Andrews, a good soul. The fault is mine. If I'd realized things had become so tense in Far Harbor, I would have never let him leave. They blame us for the fog overrunning the town, Dima. And now, the children, it's Tectus. He won't listen. He wants to prepare for war.
Do you believe the others will follow him?
Time was, I would have laughed at such a notion, but now, Andrews was beloved by many. It's brought out the worst in them. Fury, hate. It was tolerable when it was just Tectus. Dima, something must be done.
Exile?
Exodus. I think it's time you and I convinced the citizens of Far Harbor to leave.
You can't be serious.
You know as well as I, they're not meant for this place. The fog grows thicker every year. How long before the condensers are finally overwhelmed? It's not
Hey!
punishment, Dima.
Welcome, Aaron.
It's
Welcome, Raiders.
mercy.
I'm sorry, Martin, but no. They have as much right to be here as you do.
Right. This place is trying to kill them. And now my people are at my throat because of the mess you created by allowing them to stay.
I'm listening
and
to
if you
some
can't recognize that, then I suppose there's no reason for
some
you to be here.
holotapes.
I think you should go.
Martin, please. This can be solved in other ways.
Get out.
Very well. We'll talk again when you come to your senses.
So he was trying to force Dima to force everyone to leave. That wasn't the children of Adam. Trying to force all of the people of Far Harbor off of the island. Interesting. Didn't happen. Where was the legendary... It's gonna hit me like the moment that I finish the sentence. Where was the legendary Dusky Yao Guai that I saw? There it is. It's kind of sneaking its way over here. I'm at a level of 104, so there's nothing it can do to harm me at this point. We'll find out in a second here, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing it can do to harm me at this point. Instigating Western Revolver. Does double damage if the target is at full health. Interesting. An interesting weapon. Where the hell am I? I was hopeful, and I'm getting less hopeful that it's possible, that I thought I was going to be able to somehow, through one of the paths that I could take, get rid of the fog that's just everywhere on this island. I don't have the ability to construct the fog condensers. That's not something I have the power to do. I don't know who teaches me that, if anyone, and I can't just like set them up as much as I would love to do it. I just want the people here to like actually be safe. Hey, another legendary bear, would you look at that? All sorts of things try to kill me. I need to take a look at this place. It's gonna get me horribly irradiated. Oh!
Scraps torn from some kind of banner. But it looks like some pieces are missing.
She was the one making the weird signs. I see. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome. Thanks for joining. Oh yeah, there were bears. I don't know how I already forgot. It's still alive. Still alive. Rad-powered legs. Kinda neat. Yeah, it really does, it feels like winter's coming to an end, despite the fact that, like, in my area, it did snow quite a bit. It may still be snowing. I don't know. I haven't looked outside in a minute. I gotta figure out how to make this not make this sound. That wasn't so bad. Part of me really wants to buy the new Resident Evil game that's out there, but I never played the, like, in-between Resident Evil game that came out. Like, I still don't know, honestly. I didn't check in between last stream and now whether that was a, just a DLC for Resident Evil 8 or its own standalone property that, like, picks up the story after 8. Ah.
Wacatok Station. She must be staying at a campground. At least the directions are clear.
It almost feels, like, strange sometimes to have, like... I guess I've spent enough time, like, wandering around that when there's moments where the protagonist is, like, narrating his thoughts, I'm, like, thrown off for a second. I don't know why. Especially when he sounds, like, so well put together when he's saying stuff to himself, and then I have him, like, say dialogue options and he says the wildest possible thing. Embrace nothing. Reject Adam. Nothing. Nothing is real. Well, she's got a can full of blood. It's not great. How'd you get that can? Whose blood? That's a lot of footsteps. It's too many feet.
Looks clear.
He teleported. He teleported in front of me. He almost got...
Hey, toss anything you can't haul my way.
Yeah, I'll give you some of that blood, I guess. What are you talking about? I don't even know why I have the blood.
It's done. The messages are posted. I know it could mean my life, but the children must know. I was paging through a pre-war tome when I saw it. The Atom. A tiny speck of matter surrounded by endless depths. A vast emptiness that dwells within us all. It only reaffirmed what I'd felt all this time. The truth the Confessor wanted no one to hear. The lie that is Adam. It's not real. We aren't all infinite worlds. Just empty space. Dead. Cold. That we are nothing. Confessor won't be pleased by my messages. But I'm not afraid. I'm going to start moving things to the old church by the West Access Road in case they decide to join me.
I don't think we're alone.
I just hope I'm not too late to save them from Adam's lie.
Why?
Speak of the devil.
There was a 95% chance to hit, and I just turned the gun on Valentine. What a game. I bet there's more. I was gonna say I bet there's more stuff that I could steal, but it looks like this cabin's boarded up, and Nick Valentine has teleported again in such a manner that I almost opened fire. What do we got going on over here? I posted a picture of something to my Instagram story today that I have no idea what it is. It was a plush toy that I found at the thrift store, and it's like it could have been somebody's like original character. It seemed familiar enough. I did buy it because it was 50 cents. But it was a handmade plush toy of like a sort of like, it was a quadruped. Sort of like a lion maybe, but it had antlers and one big blue eye that was like vertical in the center of its forehead and no other eyes. And I saw that toy and was like, that's weird. No tags, no like creator's name, nothing else on it. I did a reverse image search, and of course the reverse image search and Google AI was like, that's a Pokemon. And then it tried to explain to me which Pokemon it was, which was interesting because it's obviously not any. I don't remember what Pokemon it said that it thought it was. Something weird's happening here. Walls phasing in and out of reality. Ah, moldy food. It's impressive that there is still food to be moldy on that plate. Yoink. Well, that's the sound of something coming to kill me. So what is currently? I'm gonna have to fight so many of these salamanders. hello, welcome. I was not sure if you were a person whose name I recognized, and then my brain stopped because all I could think of was I read it, and then I read it as Castiel, which I started reading, which I don't know anything about Supernatural, but I'm familiar only with that character. I'm familiar with like 4 things out of Supernatural, and the angel fellow is one of them. A different spelling, I am aware. I didn't know if I didn't know if that's something that gets thrown at you a lot. So, and I apologize if I am now just if I have now thrown that at you as well. But without VATS, I can target that. With VATS, it's a 50% chance. It's a 100% chance if I just do that. I'll never understand that.
Boy doesn't sound pleased. Say we
I don't
get
even know
out
where
of
that
here.
body went. Wanted to see if that one had, for some reason, eaten a bunch of wires. That's fine. Ah, there it is. That ate a desk fan. Delicious. All of the different pieces of a Giddy Up Buttercup are great for scrap. Giddy Up Buttercup. I never had any of those toys like when I was a kid that were like things that you could ride on or like drive.
Hey, you mind keeping an eye out for a second?
But I always really wanted one of those like
Thanks. To the miss.
were they Power Wheels? Is that what I'm thinking of? The ones where it was like an electronic drivable vehicle for children? I'm like going through commercial songs in my mind, and the "Pow Pow Power Wheels" thing popped up. Because the one that really stuck with me for some reason more than any of the rest of them was there was a specific one, a specifically Disney branded one. It was the Goofy Jalopy. And it had like extra controls on it, so like I think like Goofy would talk to you while you drove the car, but also the car could like raise up and lower down and stuff. And the commercial had a song in it that ended with I don't remember if but it's like the Goofy Jalopy with you at the controls. I know nothing beyond what I just said of the Goofy Jalopy, though. I don't know when it came out. I don't know what it would have retailed for. I was wondering how long it would let me walk up a path I clearly was not supposed to be able to walk up. I have to be getting close to the... Okay, 100 units of measurement. Feet? Meters? I don't actually know. But 100 distance. A fog crawler. Fog crawlers are actually kind of tough enemies. Out of all of the things that I have to fight, It has resistance to, like, everything. And it takes no radiation damage at all. Well, it is marked as an enemy, which to me means that it knows I exist. These things look like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out exactly what I've seen something like this in. They kind of look like enemies from the Oddworld series. But maybe something from, like, Starship Troopers? I don't even know what the hell that was that used to be before it turned into that, you know?
The children of Adam have allowed themselves to be deceived, and I must show them the truth. There is no atom. There is nothing. Nothing is endless. Nothing is deathless. And nothing is without fear or remorse. Who better to understand this than you? You who have become part of nothing for eternity, as we must all someday. You have come to know the one real truth of this world.
Hey, listen,
Stop!
there's
This is
like
a
an
sacred
in-between
place.
here, right?
Why have you come here? Are you seeking the truth of nothing?
The truth of nothing? What does that mean?
If you are truly prepared to hear it, then I will tell you. The children of Adam have been deceived by Martin, by Tectus. It's a false gospel, all of it. What they
I mean, I
don't
kind of
want
agree
you
with
to
that.
know is that Adam is but a tiny mote in the vastness of nothing. Nothing is the true nature of existence. I have seen it with my own eyes. A void so vast and empty, like a night sky without stars. I know it is difficult to accept, but you must. And so must the others. They deserve to know the truth.
What if you misunderstood what you saw and overreacted? Do you really believe that everyone is wrong about Adam?
This isn't the
except
path
you?
I wanted to go down.
I can't think about that now.
If you stay here, you're as good as dead. You need to leave this island and never come back.
There's wisdom in your words. If I cannot save the children of Adam from their blindness, perhaps I can spread the word elsewhere. Yes, nothing's will becomes more clear to me now. I must spread the message to all who will hear, no matter how far the journey. You should
I mean,
tell
I don't agree
Richter
with
and
your
the
message,
others
but
that I'm
like, yeah,
dead.
get out of
Risk
here.
them following me. Thank you for opening my eyes to that which I
Otherwise,
could not see.
it's not gonna be great. Heck's that sound? Yeah, that sort of reminds me of a movie that I really liked when I was younger. That like
The children of Adam are lost beyond hope.
everybody.
Nothing more for them.
Everybody that I have talked to about it ever since that point has told me like, oh, it's a bad movie and I hated it. Which was I Heart Huckabees. I can't even tell you if I'm being honest. Like, a lot of I Heart Huckabees. I just remember that the the film was about the idea of, like, the conflicting beliefs between nihilism and the thought that, like, everything is
I've been
connected
told the Valentine
in
detective
the
agency
universe,
signs are an eyesore.
and that, like, everything has meaning and everything is important. And there are no coincidences, versus the idea that, like, as she was saying, you're never truly touching anything because there's always an empty space. Like that sort of thinking. And it's a film that sort of plays out those ideas in a really interesting and weird way. And it's not good. And there's several scenes that I wish just weren't in the movie at all. However, it was fun
I tried to show the children
at the
of Adam
time
the
that I
truth,
watched it.
but they would not see it. Now I must show that truth to others.
Gwyneth.
I will spread the truth of nothing to the whole world!
Are the others in that box? That's fine. She'll figure it out. She knows what she's doing. What else do I still need to do? Assist the Grand Zealot. Show the icon to the High Confessor? Why? What does that do? Fishmen. They're everywhere. I think I've actually, like, I've probably traveled everywhere on this island. I think I've seen everything that there is to, like, even fast travel to at this point. But I still never found any of the power armor that's like supposed to be scattered around this island for me to take. If there isn't any, they really got me with like a Chekhov's gun type situation of... They implied that there had been multiple Vim Pop trucks that had been, like, attacked by, I assume, people from Nuka-Cola, and the Vim Pop armor had been stolen. If, as I'm saying this, I find it, I'm gonna be kinda excited, but, okay. Jeez. Where is this happening? This is just out in the middle of nowhere? And there's, like, not even any landmarks here. It's just a truck. I would like it so much better if I could put the random armor pieces that I have just over anything else that I'm wearing. I bet there's a mod I could have found for that. And potentially could still find for that. However, as it sits, I can only use certain things as, like, I wanted to say Under Armour, and it's not the wrong words. But they do have different meanings in reality. The stuff that goes under the armor. This isn't a sponsored stream, nor a sponsored game. I wonder who that person is. Well, that's not right. That's not how that's supposed to be, I assume. It's just a hovering, fully solid physical object. I didn't think that's what was gonna happen. Okay. That's fine. Not my statue, not my problem. Where am I on the map right now? Kinda traveling southbound?
Who do you think actually won the war? Nobody, I guess.
That's a hovering car. That seems like if I touch it, I'll just instantly die, as is the nature of Fallout. I did spend a little bit of time distracted today. Sometimes one of the things that I do that almost feels productive, but is probably a waste of my time, is just looking up lore of Dungeons and Dragons. It's been running for a very long time, and I think that world building with gods is really interesting. I like learning about the different weird gods that exist in that universe. And to an extent, that's fun, but then there's also moments where it'll be like, it gets into just some weird stuff that I just can't possibly understand, of like, talking about different gods, like getting into some sort of like board game with each other, and sometimes the gods die and then they come back, and I don't know, it just like sometimes they're fighting each other, sometimes they're actively like chasing each other through the universe, sometimes they're just interacting with people. They just kind of do whatever they want. It's like a far less thought out version of like the Greek pantheon. Right there. That's the second time that voice came in and started singing, and then just abruptly stopped singing and scared me a little bit. I had like, I have expressed my various woes and tales of woe, I should say, in my attempts to play Dungeons and Dragons throughout the years. But I don't know. I was like, wait, what's in here that I need to get? Why do I need to get into the Vim factory? Is there something I'm missing? Oh wait, is this where the... Haha. I'm gonna go get all that armor, unless the game is about to crash. It didn't. Anyway, I had a time fairly recently, within the past, like, I don't know, year or so, where I had a friend that was like, hey, I'm gonna start up a D&D campaign. If you want to be involved. And I was like, maybe I do. And, because of course I did. But, he said with that one, they were starting at, like, level 7, I think, rather than starting at level 1 and, like, working their way through it. And I don't know why, but I was like, I appreciated the novelty of it. And I decided to, like, create a D&D character for this campaign.
Something out there.
And I don't know, like, to those in the chat that have never experienced it, going to the D&D website and, like, I don't know if it's still there, but at the time that I did that, you were able to, like, there was, like, a character creator, and it wasn't just something where it's like, what a moment. It wasn't just something
Stranger.
where it was like,
Slipped right through our fingers. Then.
you know, the basics. It wasn't just that you were building out a character and choosing their class and stats and whatever. It was something where it was helping you write a character. And it did a really interesting job at that, and I really appreciated it because it was like helping you choose your backstory down to things that was like, who are they beholden to? Like, what is the one thing that they can't do without? Moments and, like, notes like that. And it helped me in creating a character that I then ended up using for nothing, because either the campaign never happened or I never heard about it. But I wrote a character and I wrote his backstory and I came up with this whole cool thing as to, like, what his life was like and what he was doing. And I guess I just still have that character and that storyline hanging out for whenever the opportunity arises for me to talk about that character.
No accounting for taste.
Wait a minute. A tape I missed last time?
All right, new announcement. So listen. Whoa! Look! What are you doing in here? I'm making my next tape here.
Boss, Ron's off in his bunk whimpering about something. Says he saw something peering up at him from under the baseboards.
Are you kidding me? He's a grown man, for God's sake. He's too old to be jumping at the boogeyman.
Maybe, but he's refusing to do his chores. On top of that, Rowan keeps hiding in the water and jumping out at him. Scares him half to death.
Fine. Go round up those chuckleheads. I'll have a talk with them both. This place will fall apart without me, I swear. Oh, for crying out loud. This thing is still recording. Look, how the hell do you make this thing stop?
Big red button. Mark, stop recording.
I knew that.
This is an interesting place. The last time I was here, I killed so many Mirelurks. And apparently I did not clear it. Just holotape.
This is Gray Husky. And this is probably my last record. Oh, jeez. I can see my friggin' guts here. They came up from underneath us. Big, huge freaking fireworks. Tons of them. The dead fish chunk must have
Alert him to us. Oh, God. My leg. The rest are dead. All dead. We got pitched right now. And I saw Rowan screaming while another one pulled him under. His eyes. Jesus, his eyes. I went to get Braun and found some huge fish, man, thing, eating what was left of him. He clawed me right across my gut before I could get a shot off. Jeez, this place was impenetrable. We could see anyone coming for miles. Underwater goddamn fish monster. I just hope. Oh, God, no. Oh, it found me. No, no, no. You get there. Get away from me. Ah! Oh, God! Is this thing still recording? You've got to be kidding me!
Yeah, they got it. They got the joke in there, sort of. But yeah, I had written out this whole story that even involved like the eldritch gods that exist in the D&D universe that are within what's called the Far Realms. And I got super into the idea, and then was like, "When's that campaign happening?" And then did not hear anything back, and was like, "Well, now I've got one very specific story that if I just take away the D&D aspect of it, I guess I have a story I've partially written." Oh God, please don't freeze. Don't blue screen. The music's still playing. We don't need a blue screen today. I don't know when the last time was I saved. Hey. I have the right sort of chat that I feel like if I know I've said this before, but it doesn't feel inappropriate to say again. I have the right sort of chat that I just assume that everyone in my chat has at least tried out D&D once. Or at least considered the idea. How do I... Ah, okay. That's what was in here. That's what this journey was for? There's 2 pieces of armor? This is kind of funny. I can't read that because, I'm gonna drink that soda underwater. That does feel kind of silly, though, that this whole journey that I was on, it was to get some, it was to get that. It said, what it said is that the boat carrying the armor shipments had crashed, and so I had assumed from the phrasing that I was about to find, like, a wild amount of armor. And not two shin guards. Very good shin guards. I don't know why I decided, since I'm having trouble getting into this doorway, I should do everything in my power to enter the door I might not be able to get back out of. I don't like these weird sounds that are happening everywhere. Sounds like there's something running. I just noticed that there was an island on my mini-map, and so I was like, why not check it out, I guess? There's a lot of ammo. Did I somehow find the Red Death's island again? Nothing like taking a big sip of ocean water. Why would I do that? Don't even give me the option. Scorpion loves ocean water and can drink it. But just once. How did a shopping cart? Yeah. Barnacles. I think I need to be on a solid surface to fast travel. I don't actually know that, but it seems right. My lumber mill still only has 8 people. That's strange, but fine. Okay. Game didn't crash. I gotta say, Pikmin Bloom. Moderate size gripe with Pikmin Bloom. I really wish it let you finish the battle pass. Like, it's not a battle pass, but you know what I mean. Every month they have like an event pass, and there will be some type of thing that's like a strange mushroom or something like that, and it's a different type of mushroom every month. And you can only get the reward item. You can only get the reward item that's like, so for the last month, for example, it was like, I think it was gift bows. And you could only get gift bows by taking down the strange mushrooms or whatever. And so it was like you would need to get like 1,000 gift bows to get the first reward, and then like 2,000 to get the next reward, 3,000 to get the next reward, and you would only get them in increments of like 100 to 200 depending. And so I had put in a ton of work, and I feel stupid admitting it, that I put in as much work as I did, because it was going to let me unlock a cardigan for my character to wear. And I was like, I like that cardigan. I like that cool red cardigan. I want to get that thing. And I was I think I was about 500 gift bows away, and every single one of the large, like, strange mushrooms was 200 gift bows. So I ended up actually paying $1 to join in on somebody else's, and I finished one of mine, and so I was about 100 away, and I was like, if it just lets me finish this, or if it just lets me, yeah, or sometimes 0, which is, yeah, way worse. But I was like, if it just lets me finish this, or even better, if it let me just roll over into, like, March, like, I can't do any more, but you could still finish, your previous ones that you were doing, or something like that, you know?
You must be doing pretty well if you're willing to leave that.
But I ended up, despite even like going into, I went into the Superplex's Discord and was like, if anybody's still playing Pikmin Bloom, add me as a friend. Like, jump on, help me finish this mushroom. And I didn't finish it until after midnight, and it gave me no reward for it because it was over, you know? It's like since that event was done,
just once, let me find a pair of socks that don't
I could not complete that event, so I spent real-life money to try to get my character a cardigan. And I could have just spent real-life money to just buy the cardigan. However, it's the principle of the thing. So now it's like,
they could attack at any minute.
Is that why you're all armed? Now that it's March and it's a new month, there's like the 50-50 thought, right? Of like, I guess I'll have to try harder in March. And then the other thought of like, I don't know if I should try harder.
Whatever.
Because I've never completed one of those, and I don't know what it actually takes. I mean, I guess it would take, like constantly walking.
We need your help. We've seen trappers nearby. I'm sure they're getting ready to attack.
I'll see about building more defenses before they get here.
Good idea. See if you can cover any gaps in the defenses. If they're gonna hit us, It's gonna be soon.
Why won't these trappers just leave us alone?
If the fall.
That's why everybody's upset.
Something's out there.
Oh, well, they didn't really give me an opportunity, huh? Wow. They were not kidding about, like, that grenade perk. The thing is, like, especially being winter in Michigan, like, I don't walk around outside to plant flowers in Pikmin Bloom. Wait, can I scrap their stuff from here? Yes! I don't even know where their corpses are. I vaporized some of those people. Jeez. No, don't drink the water. I put some of my people in coastal armor.
Hey there.
Thanks, Mainlander.
I'm glad I was able to help.
We're gonna start counting on your help if you're not careful. Time to get back to it, I guess.
Are you... what is your job here? Shopkeeper. Interesting. Unassigned. I still have unassigned people here. So many of these guard posts are so goofy looking. Congratulations. Or not? Where did you go?
Let's see what kind of armor you've got.
What? Oh. Okay. This is a shopkeeper. This is a shopkeeper who's selling armor, and not a person who has all of this armor. Just carry it around in their inventory. One could see perhaps why I was confused. I don't know what happened to you, the person that I keep trying to make become a defender. That's the first time I heard him say yes to that. Maybe at some point he'll figure it out. I think this place is just like too...
You're from the Commonwealth, right?
Let's see what kind of armor you've got.
Okay, so that's the armor salesman. That's a provisioner. That's a farmer, I guess. So who's the provisioner that brought their Brahmin to just hang out? Is that the same provisioner twice? I don't know anymore. Resources now assigned. So that worked out at least. Which one of you is now the... You.
Let's trade.
Good lord. Actually, you know what? I hope there's not a circumstance where you need more than 275 bullets.
I knew you would help us.
It's weird to me that the Echo Lake lumber mill is still sitting at 8 people. And my reason for saying that is that I never this is the one where I never turned off the recruitment beacon. All the rest of them, as far as I'm aware, I turned off that recruitment beacon a while back. This one, I left it on and was hoping that more people would come and hang out here. Yeah, it's still powered and everything. I don't think I ever built like a defensive post for anybody here yet. We don't need trees. That's just hovering. A lot of stuff's just hovering these days. That's the style. That's the style at the time. I'm trying. I love that line from The Simpsons. Like that. I think it was we had onions tied to our belt, which was the style at the time. This is the most realistic of the guard posts. This is kind of silly because I don't really know how this would function. This is just a desk. It makes sense in the context of a vault. It does not make sense here. I think everybody here might be a shopkeeper or farming. I don't think that there's anybody that's not actively keeping a shop or farming at this location. There's one person that is doing the supply line.
I'm scraping by.
I don't know what you mean, man.
What are you looking at?
I got my eye on you.
Fall. There's things out there.
What have you
That's
got to trade
great.
today?
How about you sell me stuff? I've never purposely killed any of the people in my settlements. I have done it accidentally several times. Still surprised that there's just like oil is not something that they sell here. There's shipments of a lot of things, but shipments of oil is not ever amongst them. Okay, so that's why my inventory is so heavy at the moment. Plus, I'm about 50% sure that part of the reason that I went to that other settlement was I was going to drop off some stuff in the box where I keep all of my random legendary items that I don't use.
You building a collection?
And I'm pretty sure I still have all of them. Yep.
Something?
I got I got really concerned one of those times with making sure that there was walls around that bathroom. What do I... Oh yeah, it's the coastal armor. That's a lot of it. I still have like way more about 75 more carry weight currently than I normally do. Oh. Part of it's all of the junk that I just picked up and apparently forgot that I did. And I say apparently, it's true. I forgot I did it. It's closer to where it normally is. There's currently more food than people to farm it, I think. A lot of defense, a lot of beds. Regular laser turret is... Oh, okay. I was gonna say a regular laser turret is better than what the Enclave had on hand. It's just a funny thing to build. Takes so much to craft this. So many resources. I'm going back to Longfellow's cabin. I'm really tempting fate here in the amount of times that it seems like it's when I fast travel that the game is suddenly introducing the idea that I need to go save another settlement. It's like when I land after fast traveling, the game will be like, you'll never believe this. That one farm, that same farm as every other time, is under attack again. Oh yeah, the fortifying metal left arm versus fortifying combat armor. The combat armor is probably stronger. I had thought about, because it's been a while since I did it.
Selling what you build ain't a half bad way to make it.
Just souping up. What can I mod this with? Nothing. Perfect. Decision made. I'm pretty sure. And I hope I didn't just like waste ballistic fiber on this, but I'm pretty sure that I can wear. Yeah, I can wear the baseball outfit underneath everything else. Just to mix it up a little bit.
Seems to be growing well.
With ordnance like that, no wonder you wiped out those crabs.
The fog's poison on account of the children of Adam.
Whoa, now that's some firepower there.
I wonder what I'm carrying that they think is different. Why they're responding to me like this? Did I really build one generator on each side of this building? Yet another instance where I have to ask myself, what on earth was I doing when I built this place? I'm pretty sure nobody ever returned. Yeah, nobody ever returned to their posts. They're all just walking around. Everybody's got their guns drawn, like something's happening. What's your job? You're the bartender. You're the medic.
Is that a Pip-Boy?
Let's trade some things.
Okay, so
my kids ain't gonna believe the stories about you.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
I'll be damned if I give up on taking back my land.
Bring it on, Island. I can take it.
Thanks for agreeing to help.
I don't have
Every
time.
day, another harbor man leaves the island.
this place is
worst. I just want to trade a few things.
What the hell is a synth anyway, huh?
This place is all glitched out. Everything's bugged here. I don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. I guess I gave them a ceiling fan in there, which is an interesting choice on very tired Josh's part. Why is that possible? It is really weird to think about the idea of like existing in a world where it just isn't electricity unless somebody really made a concerted effort to make sure that there's electricity. I wouldn't know. I don't know if that's a I don't know if this is a common thought. but it is something that I've thought about a lot in my life, which is the idea of if I was somehow time traveled back, what would I do? Would I have any knowledge that could actually, like, help people or myself? Like, I cannot explain. I would be able to be like, I could steer people towards a steam engine. Maybe some information on irrigation systems and, like, the importance of soap. I don't know how to make soap. It's something to do with both the chemical lye and I think some sort of oil or fat. But, like, I couldn't be like, you know, you can use cables to transmit electrical signal across long distances. And they might be like, great, what is an electrical signal? Funny you should ask. It's a signal made out of electricity. What does that mean? I don't know. Somebody will figure that out, and when they do, they'll go wild for that. Everybody's gonna love it.
Guns, guns, and more guns.
Bait shop's got everything you need.
I don't know why that's something that's, like, crossed my mind before, but it lived in the same part of my brain that, like, always had the thought of, like, trying to prepare for worst case scenarios, like, you know, thinking about, like, how do I get out of quicksand if I'm sinking?
Take it one day at a time.
Or how do I survive if a building is burning, etc., etc. All going through my mind at a consistent enough basis that I was like, if any of these scenarios arise,
Bertha.
I got it covered. Can I send her to go live over at the place?
All of us in the dregs owe you.
Oh, hey, thank you for the follow.
Hey, Bertha.
All of us in the dregs owe you.
Don't live in the dregs. Go live in the other place. Aunt Candace left for the mainlands. Her home is completely behind the fog. All the news is bad. I'm traveling to one of the Daltons to see if they need farm hands. I should be back in 2 weeks. Give my love to the kids. Keep them out of the fog.
Hi there.
I can't, like, convince them to go live in a place that's not this, right?
Hi there.
I never met someone that did the captain's dance before. Captain Avery's all right, I guess.
Food, stim packs, fully stocked.
If you ain't
Talk
on,
with Alan.
you ain't long
I don't
for
have
this
time for you.
I don't even know who you are.
I see a lot of folks at their worst in my line of work. Hard to not let it get to you.
I genuinely don't remember who you are.
Avery.
Wake up!
I hope the harbor's being good to you.
The turbine powering the condensers? I found a code that will shut it down permanently.
You found what? Huh. So old Dima has a contingency plan for us. Please, tell me you have no intention of using it. Without power, nothing will hold back the fog.
You suspected Dima.
Nothing ever comes free. And Dima just giving us power all these years? I figured he had some ulterior motive, and this just confirms it. But can I trust you to not use that code?
Don't worry. I'm not going to deactivate the condensers.
Thank God. I've just got one other thing to ask. Keep this quiet, all right? I'll trust you. But the others, I can't guarantee they'll be as understanding. And here, for being civil.
Okay. Here's 500 caps for not killing us. Well, thank you. There's been a lot of time I've spent not killing you guys. Never even crossed my mind.
Fresh shipment in. All your medical and food needs.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs.
Psst. While they're in stock. Looking for a bargain?
What's your story?
Just a guy trying to make a few caps. Speaking of which,
I'm not sure.
I'm the only game in town.
Brooks.
Stranger, you need odds, ends, junk, or knickknacks, you've come to the right place.
Let's see what you have.
Let's set you up.
Everybody's got fish, but nobody's allowed to sell it, because that's the way the game works. I am going to again bemoan the fact that I was pretty sure that I was able to get shipments of oil in the past. You sell anything that has oil? A lot of guns. I don't even know why I need adhesive. I think adhesive is part of making turrets. But every single time I see the opportunity to buy adhesive, I jump on the opportunity. Ultra Jet. Psycho, regular Psycho. I wonder if I can sell the Mirelurk carapaces that I've been getting. Oh, they're worth a decent amount.
Did you really do the captain's dance?
Hey, Sandra.
Only Alan's got enough backbone to stand up to the children.
Oh, you're a jerk.
Never look a trapper in the eyes. They're
Not that I didn't already know that.
Mariner.
If the stowaways keep pushing, one day I'll be gone on the high tide. Then where will they be?
I don't even exactly know what you meant.
Hey, Mariner.
If these knuckleheads don't pitch in, the whole lot of us are doomed.
See, that's the thing, right?
Protect your loved ones with my fine.
I totally know, like, the way that the game works. I can't, like, tell these people to just leave this spot. But, like, I have made, arguably, like, 4 better settlements. 3 better settlements on this island currently. What are we doing here? Why are you fighting? Are you my settler?
I'd like to trade some items.
Who are you? I'm taking that garden gnome. Who are you?
Lost my home when the fog rolled in.
Where'd you go? No, man. I'll find ya.
Hey, I thought I saw
Run!
something.
Run while you can!
Let me just... Can I climb up here? I can't see them. There we go. When it comes to my settlers, I'm not gonna mess around. I don't want my settlers going down, because they're not crucial enough characters to be able to come back from the dead. Like, characters like, Nick Valentine, if they get shot enough times, they lay down on the ground. And I can either hit him with a stim pack, or I can just wait, and he'll stand back up. But my settlers, when they die, they die. I gotta tell you though, no idea where that settler's supposed to be. I must have given him that gun. What is this little spot? And how have I never noticed it? This is how... Oh, there were more Marine combat armor shipments. That makes sense. Where was the other spot that I have forgotten about until right now? that was a place, a settlement that I had built. Is it National Park headquarters? No. The Visitor Center. The Visitor Center is the one that I forgot about existing until this moment. That's something I've brought up in other people's live streams, but haven't ever brought up in mine, that there are Pokemon that I just forget. At this point, there are so many Pokemon that, like, could you blame anyone for forgetting them? But, like, there are definitely Pokemon that I just don't remember exist until, somehow it comes up. One of those Pokemon, for me, is Turtonator. that's a Pokemon that I don't remember exists until I see it in Pokemon Go, usually. I do not recall that Turtonator is a Pokemon that exists. Until that happens. Until it pops up as like a quest in Pokemon Go, then I'll be like, oh yeah. I wonder what it would take. Like, if I do that. I could build the ridiculous fusion generator. Pretty sure that turned all the power back on for this place. It's so funny that there's just... I don't even know why there's bodies just kind of scattered around. Originally, I had this thought of like, I don't even know what was my motivation, but I was like, I love having these cars here. I can't tell you why that would be. Once I started, like, rebuilding this area, and I made everything be up here rather than down there, I immediately lost track of, like, what my plan was. Because I had that plan where I was like, what I'll do here is I'll make my shops out here in this little front section. And instead, I just sort of put everything up in that one spot that I had constructed. Trying to think of other Pokemon that I just forget exist. I don't know where my voice is going. I wonder if getting rid of these... Yeah, so getting rid of these takes away, Heatmore. Yeah, that's a Pokemon I just don't think about outside of the context of seeing it sometimes in Pokemon Go. Each one of these is 4 concrete, and 4 concrete's a lot of concrete. And if I get rid of all of them, then then it doesn't even look weird. Cryogonal is a Pokemon that I only remember because I got it so many times, and it made me mad in Pokemon Go. I just don't, I'm not fond of the design of Cryogonal. Yeah. Got to agree on that. Let's see. I sometimes forget that there's like 4 Meowths. That's not as common that I forget that, but I do forget that sometimes. I think the Galarian Meowth and Berserker is the one where, like, I know that that happened. I know that they're out there, but I just don't... I don't think of them in any way. Turtonator, for me, falls into the same category as, like, Zangoose and, Seviper. Where, like, I know that they're there. They're just, like, one-off Pokemon that didn't have any sort of,
And we live another day.
specific things to them. Wait a minute. Something happened here. I missed something when I was powering this place again. Is that what it took? Yes. Okay. Oh. Why is everybody always just standing clustered in one spot? I can't even get in! Okay. Was that a bigger response than necessary? Yes. However, I just wanted to get in the building. I don't even know if it's possible for me to, like, build the stairway in the spot that I had planned to over there. Like, if I get rid of this, I think I have a shop up there, but I can't look. Okay, I can come in through this window. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so the shops and everything are up here. What if I remove this? No, that was bad. That was a bad decision, because that can't be there. If I get rid of this, is this anything? Just tearing this whole place apart. I gotta go to bed pretty soon here. Shack wall and roof. This one. And then the corner. Okay, and if I try to walk down here, what happens? I fall. That makes sense. Sort of. Well, that's wrong, and you have to know that that's wrong, video game. I'm sorry. So you're walking in, and here's your stairway to come up. Fine. Can't really walk around it in any sort of good way, but you can still come up this way. Doesn't throw off the energy that much. What we got? We got weapons, we got generals, we got the bar. Oh yeah, this is the bed zone. Congratulations, you're a doctor now.
That's what you want.
That's a great way to phrase that. If that's what you want. You make a striking argument. You probably shouldn't be doing this job. Working at the clothing emporium. Good luck reaching it. Okay, that works. I thought this is where, like, radios and stuff would be, but I guess I actually don't know. I don't remember where a radio would be here. I forgot that there's, like, I can make machinery. Builds ammunition from its inventory when powered. Use a connected terminal to set what to build. Builder is used to create objects on the objects in its inventory. You can place objects into it directly, attach a conveyor belt, feeds items into it automatically. The builder will continue to create new objects as long as it has power and the required objects or components are in its inventory. Ammunition plant control. I want to make 45 rounds. Schlocket Industries Automated Manufactory Control Panel. Required components are steel 2 and fertilizer 1. Per bullet? What do you mean?
Not so long as you're carrying it.
Okay, maybe. Well. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. I never would have considered building a bullet factory on one of my settlements. Perhaps the funniest part about all of that is that I had planned on building some sort of radio, and somehow I ended up instead building a bullet factory.
Hard times.
I gotta tell you, folks, I don't know. By comparison to what you're experiencing out there, This can't be hard. You got all the carrots you can eat. There's a bed. So many stores. Couches that don't look like they've been through a nuclear blast. A roof. Sometimes several roofs, depending on where you're standing. At least one radio. A machine to make bullets. It's probably a toilet here. I don't know. Probably one. It's currently 0. It's just a funny thing to me whenever you end up at the moment where one of your characters has to go like, easy living, this ain't, and it's like, what did you have prior to this? Not to be like that, but I mean, how am I failing to provide something better than just living out in the fog? You have electricity. I don't remember if I brought this up on one of my other streams, but I was watching a mutual over on TikTok play Fallout 4, and I was surprised that he started off the game using a sort of like exploit of the system that I was just completely unaware of. That like, without any mods on the game, the Savant perk is the Idiot Savant perk, which is like if you have no points in intelligence at all, and it's based off of luck, I believe. The lower that your intelligence is, the more likely that you are to get like a huge burst of experience, and then you can just go into your first settlement, get basically wood scrap, and then build a wood shelf. You can just walk along, build wooden shelving. Yeah, the wall shelf that you can make. Yeah, it's just wood. So you can just walk along and build these over and over again, and then scrap them. And so the more that you build them, the more likely you are to get the experience multiplier that comes with that perk. And so you could just walk along building those, because there's no shortage of wood in any of the settlements. There's always like an entire forest worth of dead trees. And within like a pretty short time of being able to build in Sanctuary, he had gotten up to level 3 like before leveling up again. I think he was I think he was at level like 5 from just building. Building shelves and scrapping shelves over and over again. And I was like, On that same note, like, if I wanted to, I could potentially continue leveling myself up by just doing that. Because eventually, you know, I'm gonna get the level from the experience, even at level 100 and whatever. I just realized I put up the Take It Easy cat, and it's covering the screen. But you get the point of what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I might stream tomorrow night, depending on how, whether or not I actually, like, get my act together. And by tomorrow, I, of course, mean Sunday. You know. But until next time, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Thank you to my mods for being here. Thank you to the subscribers for being here. To all of the pals in the chat. And thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out, whether you chatted or you chilled and just watched the stream. I appreciate you being here. Have a good night if it's still nighttime, wherever you happen to be at. Have a good morning if you're in my time zone or later. Have a good one in general, everybody. Have a good Sunday. Stay safe out there. Take it easy. I will catch you all on the next stream. I wanted to really quick do a quick check and see if there was anybody awake that I could raid, and it makes sense that there isn't. So I'm just going to end the stream here. Good night, everyone.